Wachie, Ani, Sego, Nit, Kwe, Tenze, hello. Additional Hassan, Sahakute, Kashishan Ishku, Mayin Gandavam, Mosquito. I just said my name is Shadow Hawk Woman. I'm from the Wolf Clan, and my ancestry hails from Attawapska. So I'd like to talk to you today about being exhausted. This is the time of year when things at TMU tend to be winding down, and so we're very, very busy. And I think this has been a very challenging year. You know, we've come from being in total isolation with COVID into trying to find a new way of being in the world with COVID still being a part of our lives, and, you know, adjusting to that. Are we at work working, or are we working remotely? How have things changed? And we all went through so much emotionally in those heavy times of isolation from COVID, especially in the first 2 years. But we come back to the university, or are coming to the university, maybe not full time, but part time, and it's still stressful. It's very, very stressful. And people, as we know, as I've talked about endlessly, we don't take care of ourselves. And so I hear a lot of people saying they're so exhausted, myself included, and no particular reason other than its accumulation of all the stuff we've had to deal with as we move through and as we get through this semester. But there are some basic things that we can always do that helps keep us in balance. We need to drink water. That is a given. We should start every morning. I always tell people start every morning with a good glass of water. Flush out your system before you drink tea or coffee or have anything to eat. Try to get some water during the day, following your breath, grounding yourself. You know, when we go into that breathing, that smelling the flower and blowing out the candle, what that does is really take us into a connection with self. We need that on a regular basis. You can do that at your desk, or if you're busy and lots of people are around, you can do it when you're in the bathroom, when you have a place of privacy. But once you get used to doing it, it's not something that you have to make space for. It's going to be something that you just do. Taking care of yourself, having someone to talk to, you know, like I'm a counselor by trade, and I have a counselor. So making sure that you have someone that's not invested in your life that you can talk to. Make sure you debrief after a difficult day. If you can't do it with someone, then journal. Get it out of your head and put it on paper. But take care of yourself. Try to get as much sleep as you can, and try to put an end to your work day. I know I work in my home, so it's very easy for me to come over into my office and still be doing something, but I put an end to my work day. Learning to shut off your phone. You know, we tend to have this urgency when we get emails or get voicemails to answer right away. Well, nobody's going to bleed to death if we don't get to that email. And you have to remind yourself of that. You have to give yourself time to just be. And you may realize that it's difficult for you to just do nothing, but maybe watch TV or read a book, that your mind wants to go to being busy. And so we have to train ourselves to live a calmer existence when we're not at work, and to do stuff that really feeds our spirit. Plan something fun to do. It doesn't have to be an all-day event, but just something fun to do on the weekend or on the time off. You know, try to get out into nature where you can. Even standing out on your balcony and looking at it, just pulling yourself out of your everyday routine really can be beneficial in rejuvenating you. You know, like I am so tired right now, I could probably fall asleep if I just were to close my eyes for a few seconds. And that's just something that we have to deal with at this time of year. But I do my very best to take care of myself, to make sure that I'm giving to myself as much as I can. Once again, I'm going to tell you to pay close attention to how you talk to yourself. You know, those private conversations that you have? Are you judgmental and critical, or are you supportive and loving? And, we have to ask people for what we need. Sometimes we may have to see someone and say, I could really use a hug, and ask for that. We've kind of lost that, one-on-one kind of connection with people by working remotely. So we have to learn how to connect again with all this new knowledge we have about, our own mental health and what's going on and everyone being busy. But find a way to keep plugging into your own life and taking care of yourself. Try to have fun. And one question I ask people is, how do you know when you're happy? Like, some people are so busy just doing, that's not even a question they know how to answer. Like, what makes you happy? What brings you delight in your life? And if you don't know, then that's the first place for you to start. And then the next place is to try to incorporate that into your life. I know that you're doing the very best that you can. And most of us are working what seems like just 2 jobs at once. But you need to take time for yourself during the day. Make sure that your lunch is something that you can take a few minutes away from the computer or from your work to enjoy. Step outside if you can. Just turn away from your computer and look out the window, or do something else while you're eating, or go share lunch with someone. Go eat together. But do those things that kind of rejuvenate you, because that is ultimately our responsibility, is to make sure that we're healthy and well and balanced. And it's really easy to get out of balance, but it's really easy to get back into balance. So I hope that today you'll begin to think about yourself first, because when your cup is full, you're much more likely to feel comfortable about giving to other people or other projects that need your time and energy. So do take good care of yourself. Talk to yourself lovingly, support yourself, and most of all, look for some fun in your life. So take care, and until we meet again, I say, Chinigwich, 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 Chinigwich. I hope all my relations. Bye. Thanks very much. Take care. Bye.